All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this Week 2 Super Metroid Rando League race. We've got Lenofis on the left representing Cuties coaches, and White Mage Becky on the right representing Croc's Third Law. The settings for this week are full countdown, full area, and vanilla bosses. So what that means, full countdown, or full area, all of the transitions between the areas are going to be swapped around. So all of Red Brinstar is still in one piece, but where Red Brinstar connects to normally Green Brinstar or Criteria or whatever, those transitions could lead anywhere now. Could be Lower Norfair, could be Wreck Ship, could be Vanilla. And full countdown means while we are in each of those areas, we can see how many major items are in each of those areas. And for the purpose of full countdown, a major item is any uniquely named item. So anything that shows up on the tracker plus grapple and x-ray. That's going to be 16 items total. We should be getting started here in just a moment, just waiting for a delay to catch up. All right, 2 on Criteria is pretty nice. Criteria is a pretty sizable area, and all of the items are super spread out. So it can be pretty obnoxious to have a lot of items in Criteria. Additionally, major items that are in Criteria cannot be suits. So we are going to devalue major items in Criteria compared to other areas. Of course, they can still be progression. They can be stuff like High Jump, Ice Beam, Speed Booster. And naturally, one of those 2 items is Morph. All right, we have a purple Morph Ball for Becky and a yellow Morph Ball for Leno. Good signs for Becky. Yeah, so a little bit of divergence here. Lenofis going to the right first. White Mage Becky going down to check this Alpha Missiles first. Theoretically, going to the right first is ever so slightly faster. There are certain situations where you're going to prioritize Alpha Missiles just slightly because if it's Power Bombs, you could do a Billy Mays check. Billy Mays is not a phenomenal play, though. Especially when we have a portal to check behind Morph Ball here. And that portal is just so far from everything else that if it is a terminal portal, a Croc or Turian or Grade, then it becomes quite significant if we're leaving that behind. Looks like Becky is going for the Billy Mays play here. I'm not huge on this with one item in Criteria, and this is really rough for Becky now. She's one hit. So she needs to make it on top of this platform. Alright, there was never any doubt. Still needs to just be careful if the boulder on the way out does do 60 damage. Meanwhile, Lenofis is also leaving the portal behind Morph behind. It can be a little bit scary if it's something you don't want to check. Then you can only take one hit from the side hoppers, either on the way in or the way out, just because they do 80 damage. Very good Ice Beam pickup. And a bit of an obnoxious item to find early, especially right before climb. It is the Shoot Everything Twice beam. However, that could potentially be our access to Bot's Wound. Obviously saves a lot of time in Torian, among other benefits. Yeah, so we can see Lenofis here sort of having to adapt his climb strategy just a little bit because of that Ice Beam. And yeah, here's the big issue with that Billy Mays play from Becky is now her power bomb resources are depleted to the point where even if she wants to, she cannot check behind Morph for that portal. Hopefully she uses her last power bomb here. Alright. Alright, and we're looking at Upper Norfair. 2 is a really annoying number for Upper Norfair, actually. Like, you almost feel like you can't leave it behind, but you don't want to be going for it either. Upper Norfair and Green Bryn, despite being 2 areas with a lot of items, and almost because of that, are areas where if you are able to skip one of those areas and there's just nothing there, then you just have such a huge advantage over your opponent. Early graph at Rekship 3. That's going to make map navigation significantly better. And it looks like Leno is potentially considering this zero tank Fantoon, albeit with gravity suit that's going to make it not nearly as bad. Flames and body hits will only deal 10 damage. However, 5 missiles is non-trivial. Yeah, Greenburn 2, this is kind of a yucky situation. Full countdown, a lot of the variance in routes can come from just trying to skip the front of Green Bryn and spike the items at early supers or something like that. So we'll see what Becky does decide to go for here. If she's going for the full clear, she needs to be a little bit careful with her power bombs. Only having 5. Alright, Leno is also counting on 2 power bomb drops to be able to escape this. Alright, fast eye open, looked like maybe a fast eye close as well. Oh, another fast. Really unfortunate here for Leno. So this will be interesting to see. Right now, Becky has 15 missiles. By the time she gets to Fantoon, she will theoretically have a significantly easier time. This is really rough for Leno. Doing a really good job of shooting out these flames, though. And obviously gravity just adding so much to that survivability, only doing 10 damage per flame. Really nicely handled. And Fantoon does go down. But Leno still needs to count on 2 power bomb drops here. Or that's just an instant reset. Oh no. Okay, he could still get one over here. So... I don't think this is possible with Ice Beam. I could be wrong though. Yeah, it's a reset. Really unfortunate. Meanwhile, Becky is finding, unfortunately, everything except the major upgrades. So power bombs are fine here. She can just farm the fleas in the room directly to the left. That leads to, I believe, a missile refill station. Alright, just one power bomb farm, so she's going to be going down to Edacoon's first. I'm not as huge on this play. It's a relatively minor micro thing, but I tend to prefer losing a little bit of time map efficiency wise to check early supers first, because if you are finding your majors there, skipping Edacoons is just so huge. Nice auto spin jump off those crumble blocks. That was a bit scary. Alright, Spring Ball there in Upper Norfair. Non-trivial at this stage of the game. That is our first way to uh, be able to act as our interim high jump, so to speak. Also can be kind of useful with only having one super pack, or excuse me, power bomb pack. Yeah, and I kind of wonder if Leno just takes those 10 missiles and maybe a bit of farming here back to Wreck Ship, knowing that there are two remaining items. Yeah, and see, here's the unfortunate part of doing Edacoon's first. Becky gets nothing out of it. Obviously, the ammo's nice. I'm sure at this stage she is not remotely worried about finding Charge Beam. Plasma and High Jump, pretty nice finds. Looks like Leno will be coming across the green Bryn here. Yeah, and Leno will actually save so much time here by just doing Brinstar Reserve, or yeah, Brinstar Reserve first. Yeah, so Becky, one tank, obviously can't really do Upper Norfair. Could do peak of the, or could go check the high jump items, which I think is a reasonable enough play. But yeah, Gravity Suit, one tank, and 20 missiles. Oh no. The Green Bryn Firefleece room is deceptively difficult. It's laid out in such a way that once you've killed all the fleas, it's not super intuitive how to escape that room. You can't just keep holding right and jumping or anything. So yeah, really just further strengthening Becky's position here. I really don't agree with that, with skipping those supers. She's still not in ammo go mode. And you're never going to find a super pack that is more convenient to pick up. Alright. Leno going back for the spring ball and second missile pack, I guess. Alright, decent Doppler. Good setup for a 3-round here for Becky. This should be it right here. Alright, nice Fantoon fight. Alright, 4 power bombs. Very nice. No farming today. Alright, yeah, so Becky going for the top of ship here. This makes sense. There's not a ton of plays we can do right now. And 2 is decently tempting. With ice and high jump, Sky Missile isn't the worst. It's still pretty slow, though. I suspect the Edacoon's play here for Leno has a lot to do with just the powerbomb refill, honestly. Alright, nice worker robots. Yeah, and Becky re-enabling that plasma just so she can go do the worker or the sky missile. It's gonna take a bit. Just a super. This time she does pick it up. Take the... That super would have been good to get. That power bomb drop is huge. She still can't check the reserve item though. That's right. Did Becky ever see that Turian? I don't think so. I think she just went straight left. Alright, so Becky cannot powerbomb this statue. Decent item to find at the top of Rick's ship. You know, probably makes it worth it. Jeez, how much was just decided there by the, what was that, a 2% power bomb drop? Yeah, it might be a 4%. I mean, like, obviously leaving one behind in wreck ship sucks, but Becky's go mode, so... Like, honestly, I don't think it's unreasonable at all to full go mode this here. Looks like she is still checking some stuff. Yeah, I mean, we're still on 3 E-tanks, so... Where was that red bridge portal from? Was that moat? Lenifus, unfortunately, is still on a 0 tanks here. Alright, yeah. Needs to be really careful here. Unfortunately, those caterpillars, when you're in health bomb, only drop small health. It's pretty cruel. Especially because those caterpillars are frequently the reason you're in health bomb in the first place. Alright, screw attack's nice for sure. I mean, I wonder if something like screw attack isn't why Becky is still making checks. Because at this point, it's really just speed to make things a bit faster, and comfort items like screw attack or space jump that she could even want at this point. Alright, East Meridia 0. Always nice to find. And one item in Upper Norfair is a wave beam. What was at the top of Red Tower? Alright, Lena's going for this East Meridia. This is, even with screw attack and gravity, this is a rough play on no tanks. Like, it's easy not to think about it because it is so far into the game, but Meridia really hurts. Yeah, I mean, I understand this play from Leno from the perspective of, like, you know, he knows he has taken a couple of really rough deaths. And so, potentially, he's just trying to hope this seed is doing something genuinely awful. So maybe he's hoping, I don't know, Croc at front here. And I'm sure he's doing this snail clip for an E-tank, of which he has 0 still. Nice first try. And Leno does get his first E-tank. It's gonna make Botwin a lot more pleasant. I'm hoping he checks the front of East Meridia here beforehand. He's not going to. Alright, and Becky finds her way back into Red Bryn. Thinking about it, was probably trying to peek for a power bomb there. Meanwhile, Lenofist does find his second pack. Becky's saying no on Ellen for now. I have to imagine it's because of those power bombs. There are certain items in this game that you're just gonna face check every time. Spazer is one of those items for a lot of vanilla runners. Yeah, this is a good sprite. It's the Trans Flag Samus by Tarthoron. Yeah, don't do X-Ray. And, it works out pretty nicely for Becky that Croc portal that she orphaned is just easily accessible along the way. Yeah, nice Ripper Freeze. Alright, and at 32 minutes in, Lenofist takes down his first boss, and between the two runners, the second boss of the seed. Some seeds are just like that. I really hope Lenofist checks the front of East Meridia here, because well, I mean, it's rough, because that's taking him away from... Or, well, no. Checking the front of East Meridia here will guarantee to lead him back to Wreck Ship, because we have 4 outstanding portals, plus the 4 West Meridia portals. So West Meridia connects to back of Wreck Ship, Prey's Lair, front of East Meridia, or... Wait, no, I'm missing one here. Trying to remember what was at the top of Elevator. That's the one I have not seen, but the other 4 are all leading to West Meridia, so this must be West Meridia right here at the front of East Meridia. Right, this is Crapple. Yeah, I'm not really sure about the East Meridia skip. Did she also just skip checking the bottom left portal? Okay, I'm pretty sure she hasn't seen the bottom left portal. Alright, so Becky should be finding her second power bomb pack right now. And hopefully that's her sign to just stop checking everything. She's still looking for stuff. Are there few things in this world as divine as seeing Croc Zero? So, okay, this is back of wreck ship. This is really good for Leno. Alright, and Becky does find the front of East Meridia. Which means pretty fortunately for Becky having not immediately done, or no, it doesn't really matter. Has she done LN earlier? But actually, somewhat unfortunately for her delaying LN, she's never going to find the back of LN because it is Kraid. Which is really rough for Leno. He would not have an especially pleasant reverse acid dive. Ah, power bombs. That was a nice Doppler there. Leno showing off a much nicer, much crisper, much cleaner Fantoon here, having access to more than 5 missiles. Got a little bit greedy though. I think it's 1 missile off. I'm pretty sure he only got like 2 and 1 in the first round. And I want to say it's really hard to tell from this lower quality 30 FPS stream, but it looked like a 5 Doppler to me after that. Okay, that was 3 left. But I get it, you know. Once you're capable of Dopplering at that level, the allure, the siren song of the 2 round, it's inescapable. Two PB drops from Fantoon that time. I mean, you're quite likely to get 2 PB drops from him. It was just really rough before. Yeah, so there are connections. I'm pretty sure that Leno knows about that, Becky doesn't. But I think at this point, with Leno still having all of Rex ship remaining, it's just pretty insurmountable. Nice spring ball jump there. Or jumping with spring ball. It's a pretty fun one to do for the peak. I think that's the thing I really like about spring ball is that because you have it so often or so infrequently in the vanilla game, and when you do, you also have all the other movement items. Is in rando, you kind of just to get you get to just like freak it with room strats and hope it'll work, and sometimes it does. This graph jump can be a bit annoying, not nearly as bad without those or with high jump boots rather. But it can still provide some frustration, for sure. Alright, that E-Tank is actually pretty significant for Leno. Being able to more comfortably do reverse acid dive. The difference between 4 and 5 is fairly significant, I'd say. She's thinking, and she's taking this. This really is less than ideal. Like, it'll still get her where she wants to go eventually. She goes, wrecked ship takes her to the top of or the right warehouse portal. From there, she can take Chronic Boost Room, which goes to the bottom of Red Bryn, and Tube takes her to LN. I love those robots. It's like a little sky tram around Wreckship Amusement Park. Yeah, looks like she's trying to figure out the best way to go right now. It's not this. This is a pretty rough map to try and navigate. Yeah, so she's gonna be going hopefully to Chronic Boost here, or to the Croc door. Chronic Boost is a little bit better here. It's annoying because you have to go through Cathedral. Like, and just irregardless of which way you go, you have to go through Cathedral to get to Red Bryn. So it's possible that she was weighing that against going over to Moat. Tube is front of LN. We might see the reserve check here from... no, never mind. Yeah, Leno's just gonna go mode this. Oh, he looked at it from above? What was it? Space? Okay, I mean, that's nice to have. Okay, Becky is going Croc. This is slightly slower, but not by much. Like, I think this is fairly even with going to Chronic Boost, which lets out at bottom right of Red Bryn. Yeah, Leno's not very far behind at all due to some of the extra checks and sort of trouble routing that Becky has had. Alright, and Leno knows what's coming, grabs that extra tank, makes complete sense. I wonder if we'll see any checks of lower Norfair from either runner trying to spike that speed. Nice spring ball usage. Oh, that's right. Leno actually has not seen a lot of this Upper Norfair. Excuse me, up north. Ooh, Becky's pretty far forward there on that run. I guess maybe she has a different cue to end up at a different spot. Yeah, somehow I don't think Lenofis will be too brokenhearted about not picking up Wave Beam. I wouldn't necessarily check this, but I understand the desire to. And actually, that's a really good find, jeez. With Becky only having 20 supers currently, that grapple beam's gonna help her farm up significantly faster. It certainly won't make the difference alone, but it is non-trivial that Lenofis either won't have to farm or won't have to farm as much as Becky, depending on Ninja Pirate drops. So I expect Becky's probably going to farm up to like 31 here. Get the door plus 30 supers for Ridley. This is not the best RNG. This isn't terrible. It's not as bad as it looks, but still a bit rough. And no extra super for good luck at the end. Nice, Ridley. Just a clean fight. Speed? Speed! Alright, now no reason to check anything whatsoever. And Leno shouldn't have to farm up at all here. We'll see if he does a couple just for a little bit of extra comfort. I mean, he can miss like 6 supers here and still be fine. Yeah, Becky's going back for the speedball. Understandable. It's the principle of the thing. Alright, good fight for Leno as well. We'll see. Oh, nice jump out. Alright, and he will not be missing out on speed either. Okay. Craig's got something. At this point, it has to be charger bombs. Certainly with the copious amounts of ammo that both runners have. Oh, I would actually... Not that I'd be worried about either of these runners, but... When I'm thinking about reverse acid dive, I do get a little bit scared. And sometimes, even if I know I don't need it, I'll pick up an extra tank. These runners will be fine, though. It's just kind of interesting because if you're not picking up tanks, then I'm not super sure what else is you can look for here. Alright, quick crate takedown there. That's pretty disrespectful to bombs. If Becky gets grabbed by a Metroid, I'm gonna be sad. Oh god, Becky, please. You're scaring me. Yeah, so at this point, there's not really many ways that Leno can make up the time here on Becky, barring like Becky going for baby skip and getting baby slowdown or something. Looks like Becky taking a moment to figure out her route, presumably. Becky hasn't seen Turian. Wow, yeah. Wait a second. Leno might be ahead here. Okay, she's going in the correct direction. She's not going... no, yes, okay. She knows, she knows. She hasn't seen it, but she knows. Okay, she's fine. Everything's fine. Looks like she doesn't know she gets a free refill. She's done... She has done area before. Becky. Bombs are a great item. Yo, sick room, sick room? Oh. Yeah, I was in kind of an awkward position there for a baby skip. Looked like she was almost stuck between two strategies. You know who else didn't pick up bombs? You should pick up bombs, they're a great item. Yeah. Our runners saw bombs at the, crate E-tank and declined to pick them up while they were in the room. Okay, Becky can only miss 21 supers here. Kind of funny, Becky only has 20 missiles, though. This is still... Okay, yeah. Valiant attempt there for Leno. And a beautiful grapple shot in there from Becky. Honestly, that makes all the extra checks that led to grapple worth it right there. Saves like 5 minutes. Nice Ghidorah room there from Lenifus. That was cool. Nice. Alright, good Mother Brain 3 there for Becky. Some really clean escape strats there for Becky. Leodoc's room is rough. And with that, White Mage Becky finishes in first place with an official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 8 minutes, and 27 seconds. GG. We'll see if we can get her in here for an interview. Meanwhile, Mother Brain 3 is down for Lenifus. He just has the escape to go. Should be like a mid 110. All right, and with that, Lenifus finishes in second place with an official race timed.gg time of 1 hour, 10 minutes, and 44 seconds. GG. And it looks like Becky unfortunately won't be coming in for an interview. Very well raced to her, though. And we are joined now by our second place finisher, Lenifus. GG.
GG, hello.
Okay, so how are you feeling about that one?
Well, the way the supers were lining up, the way the items were kind of lining up, I knew this was going to be speedrun or fast progression. That reset after Fantoon and the Death and Green Bryn, that was unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
I was just going to have to hope on some one or two root items to maybe get back in. I knew I was behind at that point. I had that feeling.
Yeah, that makes sense. It was definitely a rough position to be in, and unfortunately, Fantoon was the play. So,
Yeah, I kind of figured that. It just would have been nice to get more than one drop, and I didn't want to fight him again, banking on RNG. So I'm like, okay, you know what? We're going to put Fantoon aside for now. We'll come back, because more than likely I'm going to find the other connector, or the routing will just let me go back to wreck ship easily after clearing a few items. Kind of worked out that way.
Yeah, it kind of did. Like, honestly, if you had just completely bailed on ship and not taken those 2 deaths, I think you're still in a very interesting position when you find that back of wreck ship.
And then I saw on my credits that I walked right by Charge Beam twice. It was that Fire
Where
Fleas.
was it? Oh. I mean, at that point, it didn't matter.
Yeah. Like, didn't have wave beam, so obviously didn't have full beam combo. Like, it's the supers are gonna out damage your charge beam at that point still, so it wouldn't have mattered.
Sure, yeah. It was just, so was that like at the end when you were still making checks, was that what you were looking for? Just the charge beam?
Mostly the charge beam, but also wave beam. Like, I was counting on finding that. Okay, so finding that E-tank at Kraid Missile. Like, okay, if I find charge beam, I can do stand up, maybe make up a little bit of time. But maybe Becky did the same thing. Who knows? But yeah, it was just supers everywhere. Supers, all supers. Oops, all supers.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe Becky saw a total of 120 supers by the time all was said and done.
Oh, jeez.
So definitely.
Yeah, that's 2 minutes 17 2 minutes 17 seconds margin. Sorry, that sounds like it was pretty close most of the way through, even if it didn't look like it. But I'll go back and watch this one.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting how it all works out with where the two of you were making extraneous checks. And I think, like, because Becky did keep checking stuff, I think had you played it a little bit tighter after you go moded, we still could have potentially seen like a very different race. But as it is, definitely a lot of decisions. Interesting seed, pretty interesting map too.
She mentioned in the race chat that if Kraid had been in Green Hill Zone, she would have lost big time. I'm guessing she took a very different route through Bryn.
Yeah, so she ended up going right in Criteria and finding that middle Green Bryn portal, and she just only ever went to the left.
Oh,
so
okay.
she like, the only way she knew that was Turian was by deducing that she's seen every other portal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so if she ran into Turian on the back end of Lower Northford, she'd have to go all. Okay, yeah. I see what she's talking about now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. Overall, I definitely would give you the edge on sort of like the routing of it.
Mm-hmm.
I think there were a couple times where Becky got tripped up, maybe just with some area and experience. that you were able to make up a bit of time.
Maybe, but I know she is definitely a high execution player. She always has been for as long as she's been doing SM. Notably, has been doing 100% map within like the last couple Super Metroid Showcase marathons. But I know she's still a really strong runner, and I had to bring my A game if I had any chance. Just wasn't enough.
Yeah, it's just how it works out sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, GG on the race though, and best of luck to you and your teammates on your future races. Any final thoughts on the race or Rando League overall?
Well, looking forward to next week. What is the mode next week? I don't even have the spreadsheet handy.
Oh, it's the good one. It's
the
Major Minor Boss Area Rando.
Ooh. It should be fun next week.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, lost this one, gonna come back stronger next week. That's all it takes.
Awesome. Good to hear. Well,
thank you for thank you for doing the comms. Thank you for filling in last minute. Sephi had to drop out last minute. Shout outs to both of you and to Paragon for tracking.
Thank you. And with that, that is going to do it from us here at Speed Gaming. Be sure to go follow both of these runners. Go follow Lenifus. Go follow White Mage Becky. And if you would be so kind, follow the broadcast team as well. I've been Glove on comms, joined on tracking by Paragon. And from all of us here at Speed Gaming, we will see you next mission.